The Holy Spirit be with you and with you and all of us. And now, tell us briefly about your dog.
Well, this was our son's dog. And you tell the story, actually. You know more about it than me.
Lottie is our
It's our grandpuppy.
Grandpuppy. She came to us when our children split.
Divorced.
And so she has
You
sort
got
of.
the grand dog.
We got
Yeah.
the granddog.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Ruby and I have been married for 50 years. And we made it for 44 without having an animal in the house. And for the last 6 years now, we've had this dog.
And we can't
Aren't you
imagine what
blessed?
it would be like.
And Lottie was one of two pandemic dogs.
Yes.
Exactly.
She would join us.
For those of you who remember looking at the Sunday morning things that we did during the pandemic with Sue and me and Ruby, Kathy and so on, there were always two dogs in the picture. This one.
Yeah,
Tell us-
Georgie
And this one.
Georgie
Tell us
and
about
Lottie.
Georgie.
Georgie and Lottie.
Here.
Tell us about Georgie.
Yeah, thank you.
Dan, tell us about Georgie.
Oh, well, Georgie is a rescue dog. She came from one of our friends was a volunteer dog walker, and he said if you want to get a dog, this one's a good one. It's not going to last long, so come up there and get it. And so we went over there, and Georgie just wormed her way into our heart. She's very very sweet dog.
How
Part
old is
Corgi,
Georgie?
Basset Hound, Bull Terrier mix, but stubborn as anything.
How old is he now?
She's about 10, I think. 10.
About 10.
And the other thing is she came to us with the name Georgie. So I always have to explain. My wife's name is Georgia, and the dog's name is Georgie. They're both girls, but
Georgiana?
no, Georgie. So anyway, that's just one of those things. She's been we made it for quite a few years without having a dog in the house too, but you know,
Oh, wait, there's a song, Georgie Girl.
yeah, something like that.
Betsy, tell us about your friend.
This is Taffy. I got her when she was 3 months old. She was a rescue from Bakersfield area.
Ah,
And when she was about 1.5, she went through a lot of serious medical problems with seizures and brain encephalitis and developed diabetes. And but she came through it all, and she's been just such a love. We figured out fairly early she was also born deaf, but it doesn't seem to bother her at all. We communicate with sign,
thank
so
you.
she's been a great companion.
Thank you, Taffy. Heidi, tell us about Snow White.
This is Snow White. We have Snow White because Heather wants a dog. So Snow White is a sister of Kirsten's, which is Joyce's daughter's dog.
Mika.
We had them when they were very little, and she's now 17 years old.
17.
Heather was 9 when we got her, so yes, they're about that old. She's very loving. She knows when someone is sick at the house, she stays with them. So we love Snow White.
Deborah, tell us about your.
This is Oliver. He's also a rescue. I got him, and nobody knew how old he was, so the vet took a shot and said 4. So meanwhile, the dog, I don't know, maybe they don't grow up, but he's still a kid. And I've had him for now 7 years. He, until this past Westminster show, anybody who has a dog knows about the Westminster. I was told he was half Cairn Terrier and half Yorkshire Terrier, and that he's referred to as a car key. Now, as we know, language has changed so much. There's no such thing as a period anymore. It's a dot. There's all sorts of. So I thought, okay, yeah, we don't use car keys. Okay. So anyway, car key. Now, everybody I've ever told, oh, he's a car key, they're like, what? So in this past Westminster, on comes Oliver, introduced as a Australian Silkie. I'm like, I'm down with that.
But there's still the key on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a great dog. He's a really, really fine dog. He's unfortunately taken on the role and even more seriously than John. So, the three men, not dates, but the three workmen that have come into my house in the last 3 years, he's bitten all of them.
Oh.
Yeah. And the thing is he bites them on the thigh. So that's sort of unusual,
Specific.
and nobody sees it coming. And anyway,
There's only one man he doesn't bite.
the only man he doesn't bite. That's right. The only. And
Okay.
he's Lottie's boyfriend.
Thank you. Catherine?
This is Georgia.
Ah,
Georgia is also a rescue. She is a mostly bulldog, but I think there was maybe a boxer in the family somewhere. She's a little taller and not as wide, perhaps, as the English bulldog is. Some people call her an American bulldog. As I said, she's a rescue. I got her when they told me she was 3, and they were very definite about it. So I figure she's, 8 or 9 at this point. She's, I believe, deaf, although it doesn't seem to slow her down any. She is very friendly. She thinks everybody that comes to the house, comes to pet her. So,
She's very
thank
sweet.
you.
yes.
So much for a watchdog.
Yeah.
Tom,
My watchdog.
Tom, tell us about your.
This is Subdued.
That's a name. That's a kitten. His
He's
cat.
14 years.
40 years.
His brother died about
You're
2.
blanked out.
I'm not gonna. Anyway,
Yeah.
Looks like a fox.
Is it?
it's a cat.
It's a cat.
It's a feline. He spends most of his time sleeping on my bed, and if you visit, he will come out if you're calm.
Ah.
Otherwise, he goes
Okay.
and may dash into the garage. So he likes peaceful people and napping, and acts very needy. And I go, "There's food in the bowl. I changed your water." But he's a very loving companion.
Thank you.
That's about it.
You had another one that passed, right?
Right. That was his
Buddha?
better brother, Buddha,
Yeah.
who lived by his name and only swatted this guy about every 12th or 13th time when this guy would run on top of me and bypass his brother. Buddha would go, 12 or 13 times, gently. Anyway. Buddha's
Joyce?
gone. I have to live by Buddha. Imperfectly.
Tell us about yours, Joyce.
Annie has one.
Mika. Annie, you have one?
Picture. Where did I put it?
She goes first.
You go first, Annie.
No,
Okay.
My
There's
dog.
Mika. That's Snow
Mika.
White's sister.
Snow White's sister.
I didn't bring her. She's not feeling. She's been sick lately. Her eyes are just. I got her when when my daughter was about 10 years old. Because she wanted to have a pet. But she's totally the opposite of Snow White. She's like 10 pounds only. And but right now she has this thing in her eye. She can't hear. She's totally blind, I think. So but she's a very sweet little Mika. She slept in my bed too.
Annie?
My dog name is Rusty, and he's now 19 years old.
Oh,
He's
wow.
blind, actually.
Wow.
He passed, all his siblings are gone. We're all gone, and he's the only one. He's definitely our guard dog. Manchester Terrier, very, active then, but not anymore. Now he's just staying home. He loves, he barks a lot, especially when there's a guest. But once they come in, he's just the sweetest, dog. He comes to you and just, sit next to you. So yeah,
Thank
we
you.
love him. The photo, I put same as my profile on my next door.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. I don't know how to make this bigger, but that was him when he was young, like 9 years old.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else here before I go to
Yes,
Georgia?
he's my, not Facebook.
No, okay. Now, Georgia has a friend, and you wouldn't believe this. Georgia, tell us.
Okay.
Okay, Rudy's gonna tell you.
It's Poppy C. He's not afraid of dogs.
All right, so this is Poppy C the chicken. She's 10 years old.
10 years old.
You know, she's getting up there in years. I believe we got her from Phipps, not Phipps. It was the Feed and Fuel, Half Moon Bay Feed and Fuel, as a chick. And she rode on Georgie's back when she was a chick. Fortunately, she's on the bottom of the pecking order now with the other two hens, but she's still kicking in there. So.
I'm surprised. A chicken usually lives about 7 or 8 years, so I'm surprised that she's still around, 10 years old. She
Yeah.
doesn't lay anymore, but here she is.
Thankful.
All right,
Wow.
speech, Poppy C? I guess not.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this story. Yes. Can we have a good photo? Yeah. Can we come here together?
Georgia, you gotta like hold the. You gotta
Yeah,
hold.
hold it. And all the dogs. Oh, you can be there. Yeah. Come this way, Dan. Dan and Ellen, come this way. Come that way. You go that way.
You want me to hold the chicken?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I can't.
Show the pictures of your photos.
You can hold up your photo too.
Ah, look at them.
There are 2 dogs at home.
Now let's see. Bless them.
Okay, it's okay, Poppy. Hold
Okay,
on. Let me grab her. On the way.
there they are.
There we go.
Here, there's a photo there.
I'll just go off to the side away from the dogs. It's okay, Poppy Seed.
Oh, you be
I
there.
don't want to have Poppy Seed near the dogs.
Okay, there. Look that way. Can you be there, Linda?
I didn't get
Yeah.
everybody in it. Now I'm on the sun and you're not, so let's see how it
It's okay, Poppy Seed. It's okay.
All right, and then Georgia got it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. God bless you all. I like the hair, very fine.
I know.
Hey, Georgie.
Oh,
Water.
she doesn't want to
There we go, Poppy Seed.
Well, that's like.
Oh, be careful. Her head. Yeah, be very careful.
Great.
If you don't want to do
Great.
it, then just push that again and
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter bought it from Amazon.
Yeah.
Really?
Thank you. Bye, Taffy.